tutorial on how to do the internet research activities for Earth and Space Science. So this is your homepage for Earth and Space Science. You're going to go over to your class, Science A or B. Let's click on B for this example. So down here, these are all the lesson plans. You are going to click on the lesson plan, and this is where you get all of the details about that lesson. Now, over here, the learning objectives are listed, and some key terms over here as well. Key terms that you should keep in mind as you're reading any of the materials or looking things up, preparing for the tests. The guided practice sections, these are all to give you preparation for the test. They are not required. You don't have to turn them in. All of them do have answer keys supplied with them. So when you open those up, it will give you a PDF file with some questions, and towards the end you will find the answer keys so you can check your work and do that at your own pace. Let me go back now. Here we are. Okay, so then back on the lesson. On this particular one, I included a TED Talk video. This is not a required thing, which is why it's under the guided practice section, but I found it interesting and relevant to this chapter, which is why I included it. But you don't have to watch it, and there's nothing that you have to turn in for this video. It's just if you're interested in learning some more. Now down here, this is where the required activities are. So required activities for students, that's going to be at the bottom of each of these lesson plans. We have listen to James Cameron on NPR, How Far Can Curiosity Take You? Now this link is below, it's down here, How Far Can Curiosity Take You? And you'll just play this and get to listen to what it was that he was saying. And while you're listening to that, you'll want to be answering the internet research activity, Curiosity to Discovery. And it gives you a note here, you must be logged into your BLVS Gmail account before you open the internet research activity. And then the last thing is to do your Chapter 19 online test. So when you click on this link, it will take you to a screen that looks like this. If you get an error that says you don't have permission to access this page and gives you an option to request permission, you don't need to click on that. You just need to go and log into your BLVS Gmail account. So actually go to gmail.com and log in with your email and password that you got when you enrolled in BLVS, and then go back and try opening this page up again, and it will work for you. If after that you're still having trouble getting it to open, please send me an email and I will help you get that fixed. So now on this page, this does remind you, okay, so this is going to be about that whole TED Talk that is posted on the other page for you to listen to, and it has some questions. This particular one is all multiple choice questions. And so as you're listening, you're just going to click on the correct answers. And then when you're finished, you can submit. If you want an email copy of your responses, this will send you personally an email copy of your responses for your own personal records, which you don't necessarily need if you want to keep track of them as you go through each of these little online forms. That might be something you want to do. You don't really have to. So you can click that or not, and then just submit, and you'll be good to go. Let's do another example, just so you can see what the next chapter looks like. Here's a chapter called Movements of the Ocean. So this is going to be about currents and tides, how water actually travels around the whole planet, all of those things. So there's again some directed reading and concept review pieces. These are for each of the sections in the chapter, and this is for the entire chapter. And then you've got your research activity, and notice this one doesn't have any YouTube links or things to listen to or anything. It's just the assignment there. And then you'll take your online test. So opening this up, we've got some questions. This is something where you need to just go and search on the internet and try to find the information on your own. There's going to be some information about these kinds of things in your textbook, so you can look there, but you can also look online. And the purpose of this is to work on looking up correct information and how to do research and how to continue your own learning about the world on your own. So some questions like, what is the difference between El Nino and La Nina? So really it's a matter of going into a search engine and looking those things up. Down at the bottom here, there is an open-ended question. You can see it's worth 3 points as opposed to the others, which are only worth 1 each. And so you're going to read the question, of course. So El Nino 2015-2016 was the worst on record. So this past, well, I guess depending on when this is, it could have been more than 1 year ago. At this time, it's about a year ago. And there, please research the events of this climate phenomenon and describe them here. And so I've given you a couple of links. There's this website. If I click on that, it'll take you to this website that has an article about El Nino. And you can watch that and get some more information and read this article, get a little bit more information. There's another article here as well, and you can check that one out. See if these are helpful to your understanding. And if I've given you an article, it's because I have read it and feel that it is quality information. Sometimes I will ask you to do the research and choose the articles that you're going to be using. And so then you're going to type your answer here, and it will tell you your response must be a minimum of 200 characters. So that's about 3 complete sentences. So if I just type in, let's say, El Nino, notice how it's already saying, please use complete sentences and provide details. El Nino caused flooding in Houston, Texas, and droughts in California. And eventually you would just need to have enough characters. I'll just show you, just as an example. Eventually you get to enough characters and that error goes away. So it's looking for just at least 200 characters, and you can see it's about that much information. So just a few sentences, it doesn't have to be that detailed. And again, you can click the send me a copy of my responses or not. It's up to you if you want to do that, and then submit. If you have any trouble opening these, if you have any other questions, if you're not really sure what you need to be doing or researching on any of these, please just send me an email and I'm more than happy to help you out with that. All right, good luck. Happy studying.